If you're over 60 and still waking up at 2 or 3 a.m., it's not just a sleep issue, it's a signal that your body is missing something. And no, it's not because you're aging, it's because your nervous system, your hormones, and your internal clock are no longer speaking the same language. You lie in bed exhausted, but your brain won't shut off. Your heart's still slightly racing, or worse, your bladder pulls you up for the third night in a row. This isn't random. It's the quiet chaos of a body that hasn't been given the right cues. Here's what no one tells you. Plain water before bed can actually make sleep worse. It hydrates, yes, but it doesn't contain what your body truly needs to fall into deep, healing rest. The fix, it's surprisingly simple. Just one small change to your nightly water, one natural ingredient, can help restore deep sleep without medication, side effects, or new routines. In this video, I'll show you 5 specific ingredients to add to your water before bed. Each one is backed by science, trusted by thousands of seniors, and easy to try tonight. If you've been waking up tired, restless, or foggy, what you put in your glass might be the reset your sleep has been waiting for. Part 1. Flax Seed. Quieting the thoughts that won't speak. You don't always know why you're awake at 2:30 in the morning. There's no loud noise, no sharp pain. You went to bed feeling fine, but something inside just wouldn't let go. You closed your eyes, hoping sleep would come, but your thoughts kept drifting. Not racing, not panicking, just looping gently, keeping your brain from shutting down. This is one of the most overlooked reasons older adults lose sleep. The nervous system isn't ready to rest. Not because you're thinking too much, but because your body is still carrying the weight of the day in silence. And the truth is, after 60, your body doesn't process stress the same way it used to. Cortisol, the hormone your body releases during the day to stay alert, doesn't always shut off properly at night. It stays quietly active, like a faint engine running in the background. You may not feel anxious, but your brain does. That's where flax seeds come in. Just 1 teaspoon of flax seeds soaked in warm water before bed can be the shift your body needs. These tiny seeds are rich in magnesium, a mineral that plays a direct role in calming overactive brain signals. Magnesium helps regulate your internal sleep-wake cycle, gently turning down the volume in your nervous system. Flax seeds are also loaded with plant-based omega-3s. These fats are known to reduce cortisol levels naturally, allowing your body to transition from alert mode into repair mode. When cortisol drops, your heart rate slows, your breath deepens, and your mind becomes quiet enough for deep sleep to begin. But that's not all. Flax seeds contain lignans, powerful plant compounds that help balance hormones and improve mood. For many people over 60, poor sleep isn't just about the night. It's also about how you feel the next day, irritable, low energy, disconnected. Flax seeds gently support that next chapter of the cycle too, waking up calm, steady, and clear. The preparation is simple. Take 1 teaspoon of whole flax seeds, soak them in warm water for 20 minutes. As they sit, they'll form a light, soothing gel. Stir and sip slowly about 30-60 minutes before bed. The taste is mild, the texture is soft, and the impact, if used consistently, can be quietly powerful. If your thoughts tend to whisper just as the world quiets down, if you feel like your body is still in go mode even when you're in bed, flax seed water might be the simplest way to send a new message. It's safe now. You can rest. It won't knock you out, it doesn't numb you, but it will help your system soften, breathe, and finally let go. And some nights, that's all it takes. Part 2. Lotus Seed. When your heart won't rest even if the room does you're lying in bed. The house is quiet, the lights are off, your eyes are closed, but your heart just won't slow down. It's not fear, it's not a racing mind, it's something deeper, like your body forgot how to switch gears and settle. This is one of the most common but least talked about issues after 60. Your nervous system doesn't always respond to rest the way it used to. Even in a calm room, your body might still be running the signals of the day. A slightly elevated heart rate, muscles that won't fully release, breathing that doesn't slow the way it should. That's where lotus seed powder can help. It's not a sedative, it doesn't knock you out. Instead, it gently reminds your body that the day is over. Lotus seeds contain natural compounds called alkaloids, specifically one called nephrine, which has been shown to reduce sympathetic nervous activity. That's the part of your system that keeps you alert and reactive. When nephrine is active, it's like a hand slowly pulling down the dimmer switch on your internal alarm system. Your heart rate begins to ease, your breathing deepens, the body starts to remember what it means to rest. Lotus seed powder also helps regulate what's called the HPA axis, the communication line between your brain and adrenal glands. When this system is out of balance, it causes you to feel wired at night and tired during the day. It's one reason people over 60 often wake up at 1 or 2 a.m. for no clear reason. The signal to sleep was never fully received. But when the HPA axis is gently brought back into rhythm, your body can reset. Sleep becomes deeper. Nighttime becomes quieter on the inside. To try this, all you need is 1 teaspoon of pure lotus seed powder stirred into a cup of warm water, around 160 degrees F. Let it cool slightly. Sip it slowly 30 to 60 minutes before bed. If you prefer, you can add a touch of almond milk for a comforting, creamy texture. It's not dramatic, it won't make you feel drowsy, but it will help your nervous system settle, your heart slow, and your body recognize that rest is not only allowed, but safe. If you often find yourself lying still but not feeling off, if you feel like your body doesn't get the message that the day is done, this simple drink may be the most powerful signal you've been missing. And sometimes, all it takes is 1 small cup to remind your heart and your whole system that it's okay to let go. Even if your room is quiet, your body needs to feel that quiet too. Lotus seed water helps close that gap. Part 3. Chia seed, protecting you from 3 a.m. wake-ups. You've seen the pattern. You fall asleep without a problem, but around 3:00 a.m. your eyes snap open. No dream, no sound, just an empty feeling in your chest or a slight unease in your body. You try to roll over and ignore it, but your mind is already turning. And within minutes, you're wide awake again. This isn't just a sleep issue. It's a signal that your body is running low on the very things it needs to stay asleep. Stable hydration, steady blood sugar, and gentle nighttime energy. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to tiny internal changes. Even slight dehydration or a subtle dip in glucose can wake you up, especially if you went to bed on an empty stomach or had a low-carb dinner. That's where chia seeds become a secret weapon for sleep. These little seeds are masters of slow release. When soaked in warm water, they form a light, natural gel that slows down digestion and supports consistent blood sugar through the night. No more hidden energy crashes that trigger cortisol. No more wake-ups that feel random but aren't. Chia seeds are also rich in tryptophan, an amino acid your body uses to produce serotonin and later melatonin. These are the 2 neurotransmitters that guide your sleep cycle, helping you feel drowsy, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed. And there's another piece that's often overlooked: hydration. After 60, the body loses water more easily during the night, even without sweating. Chia seeds act like natural water reservoirs. They help your system retain just enough hydration to avoid dry mouth, leg cramps, or that hollow feeling that often pulls older adults out of deep sleep. The method is simple. Take 1 teaspoon of chia seeds, soak them in warm water for 15-20 minutes until they expand and form a soft gel. Stir gently and sip slowly about 30-60 minutes before bed. You can add a small slice of lemon or a splash of Tarte Cherry juice for flavor, but even plain, it's easy on the palate and the stomach. What you'll feel isn't a heavy sedative wave. It's something lighter, a quiet fullness in your belly, a steady warmth in your body, and a deeper, smoother descent into sleep. If you often wake up with no reason or find yourself tossing and turning at 3:00 a.m., this simple evening drink might be the thing your body has been asking for. Not another pill, not another routine. Just a smarter kind of water designed to meet your needs from the inside out. Some people call it a trick, others call it a ritual, but after a few nights, you might call it the reason you finally slept through. Part 4. Cinnamon, ending your 3 a.m. pattern gently. If your eyes seem to open at 3:00 a.m. night after night, you're not alone and you're not broken. This is one of the most predictable patterns among people over 60, and it often has nothing to do with stress or noise. It's biological. As you sleep, your blood sugar gradually dips. That's normal. But if it dips too far, especially after a light dinner or if you've gone to bed slightly hungry, your body responds as if it's in danger. It quietly releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to bring sugar levels back up. And that sudden shift, that's what wakes you. No dreams, no discomfort, just a sharp return to consciousness with no explanation. The solution isn't to eat late or add another medication. It's much simpler than that. Just 1 cup of warm water with cinnamon might be enough to keep your system steady and prevent the 3 a.m. spike. Cinnamon isn't just a spice, it's a natural regulator of blood glucose. It slows the emptying of your stomach and helps your cells use sugar more efficiently, so your energy levels remain stable throughout the night. But cinnamon does more than manage blood sugar. Studies show it also increases serotonin and melatonin, the same neurotransmitters that tell your brain it's time to sleep. At the same time, it lowers norepinephrine, a chemical associated with alertness and anxiety. That means fewer false alarms in the middle of the night, fewer jolts awake, and more time spent in the restorative phases of deep sleep. Here's how to use it. Stir a half teaspoon of high-quality cinnamon powder into a cup of warm water. If desired, add a teaspoon of raw honey, not just for taste, but because honey can further support blood sugar stability and support gentle melatonin release. Sip it slowly about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. The warmth of the drink adds to its effect, gently telling your nervous system that it's time to wind down. You won't feel knocked out, but you might feel grounded, like your body has finally found the rhythm it's been missing. If you tend to wake up around the same early morning hour, especially between 2 and 4 a.m., this small ritual could interrupt that cycle. Over time, it helps teach your system that it's safe to sleep all the way through. Sometimes healing isn't loud. Sometimes it looks like a quiet drink, a steady heartbeat, and a morning that arrives without exhaustion. Cinnamon won't change your life overnight, but it might change your night tonight. And for someone who's been waking up at the same time for years, that small shift can feel like a brand new beginning. Part 5. Tarte Cherry. When your sleep clock is off, you're tired but not sleepy. It's late, the room is dark, but your body feels stuck in on mode. You lie in bed waiting for the feeling of drowsiness to come, but it doesn't, not the way it used to. That quiet drift into sleep that once felt automatic now feels unreliable. This isn't about habits or bedtime screens. It's about something deeper, your body's sleep clock no longer sending the right signal. And for many people over 60, that signal is melatonin. As we age, our bodies naturally produce less of it. And without enough melatonin, your brain doesn't recognize when it's time to begin the rest cycle. That's where Tarte Cherry powder can make all the difference. Unlike pills that override your system with synthetic melatonin, Tarte Cherry contains natural melatonin, small, bioavailable amounts that gently nudge your body in the right direction. It doesn't force sleep. It reminds your brain what sleep is supposed to feel like. Tarte Cherry is also rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that help reduce low-grade inflammation in the brain. That inflammation, even if subtle, can interfere with the production and release of sleep hormones. By reducing it, Tarte Cherry helps clear the path for your sleep rhythm to return. The effects aren't just about falling asleep. In one study, older adults who drank Tarte Cherry juice slept nearly 90 minutes longer each night with fewer interruptions and greater morning alertness. It wasn't about sedation. It was about restoring natural rhythm. To try it, stir 1 teaspoon of pure Tarte Cherry powder into a small cup of warm water about 30 minutes before bed. If you prefer, you can soak a few dried tart cherries in warm water for an hour and drink both the water and the fruit. The taste is mildly tart, refreshing and clean. And more importantly, it doesn't cause drowsiness like medication might. Instead, it sets the tone. It sends a signal to your system, it's time now. If your sleep feels light, fragmented, or simply mistimed, this is the kind of support your body understands, not as a sedative, but as a memory, a reminder of the rhythm you used to have, a nudge toward the cycle your body still remembers how to follow. Some people describe it as feeling more in sync again. Others say they don't notice anything dramatic, just a gentler transition into sleep and a clearer mind in the morning. And sometimes that's enough. If you've ever said, "I just don't sleep like I used to," then this might be the first step towards sleeping like you remember. Not perfectly, but naturally, which is exactly what your body was built for. Final, after 60, sleep changes, but that doesn't mean it disappears. It just becomes more sensitive, more reactive to stress, light, temperature, hunger, hydration, and even subtle shifts in hormone levels. What once felt automatic now needs a little more care. Not more medication, not more effort, just more alignment with how your body actually works now. What we've explored together tonight isn't magic, it's biology. Each of the ingredients we covered supports a different part of your sleep system. Flax seeds calm the nervous system and reduce leftover tension. Lotus seed powder slows your heart rate and restores the body's natural ability to shift from alert to rest. Chia seeds protect you from internal disruptions like dehydration or blood sugar crashes. Cinnamon helps stabilize energy through the night so your body stays relaxed and undisturbed. And Tarte Cherry gently reactivates your natural melatonin signal, the one your brain has always followed. You don't need all 5 at once. You don't need to overhaul your routine. Just choose one that speaks to what your body needs most. If your thoughts feel wired, try flax. If you can't seem to settle, start with lotus. If you wake up at the same hour every night, cinnamon or chia may help. And if you're lying there tired but can't fall asleep, Tarte Cherry could be the key. Sleep doesn't return because we force it. It returns when we create the right conditions, the right rhythm, and let the body remember how to rest. Tonight, let your cup of water be more than hydration. Let it be a message, a signal, a quiet act of healing. Because your body hasn't forgotten how to sleep. It's just been waiting for the right cue. And maybe that cue begins with one small change in your evening glass.